this commercial break. NRI machining. The difficult we do right away, and the impossible will take a little longer. Holbrook's Hometown Pharmacy is an independent retail pharmacy offering prescriptions, a full line of over-the-counter medication products, and gifts for family and friends. The pharmacy offers in-store pickup, drive-through pickup, and delivery. Contact us by phone at 740-259-0041 or visit our Facebook page. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back here and we are with Dirt Anarchy yet again. The 410 sprints are out on the track. They are ready to roll. They're out here getting some practice in. We have about 20 seconds until practice is over, so we are definitely excited. Qualifying is about to get underway. Ladies and gentlemen, if you just watched the last race, the super late models took on I-55 and Colton Zimmer came out on top. Chris Watkins was a second, and Travis Gardner came in third. So we are here again, about to run I-55. So, ladies and gentlemen, the qualifying is about to get underway. We're going to hop over to the live screen, and we're going to get into the qualifying. So, let's put that on empty real quick. There we go. So, we're going to take a look. We'll see who comes out on track first. We will be able to go out and watch these guys. Matthew Helm is making his way out now. So, Matthew Helm is your quick qualifier in the Supers. He's going to be out here in the number 33 machine in the sprints tonight. Do not know if Brandon Starnes is going to run. Not too sure, but we'll pull up everything for qualifying real quick, see what kind of times. Your quick time so far is a 10.874. That's Matthew Helm with a 10.874. ladies and gentlemen, if you watched the supers, new quick time, hold on a second, Tony Martin with a 10.676. If you guys watched the supers, it was a great race. Sprint cars are going to come out here and try to put on a show for us tonight. So new quick time yet again, Chris Watkins putting down a 10.439. 10.439. Chris Watkins is going to be the quick time holder for the race so far. Got a couple sprint car drivers out here ready to roll. I need to drink some water. Tony Martin coming in second place with a 10.607. Falcon Smith jumping up into second. Ian Humphreys jumping up into second. They're knocking him down the board. Ian Humphreys comes in second place with a 10.458. Brandon Starnes is going to go out and qualify and hit a 10.557. Not sure if Brandon's going to run the night. He is the league owner and operator. Big thanks to Brandon Starnes for putting on the league, finding all the sponsors for the league. Huge thanks. Brandon goes out and says quick time. Quick time, Brandon Starnes in the number one, 10.423. Quick time, Brandon Starnes. We're talking about him right now. Great guy, great league owner. Awesome to have him a part of your team, have him on your side and running out here. So big thanks to Brandon for putting on the league. I do believe that is all the qualifiers, so we're just going to wait for them to advance the session. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a look at the sponsor page. Up on the top left corner, that's who you see out here racing tonight, Dirt Anarchy. Their sponsors do include Michael Mitchell over at Anarchy Custom Wraps and Designs. Michael Mitchell also does 4M Customs there in the bottom middle of your screen. Over to the left, 06 Racing Productions, that's David Garman. Underneath him's Buckwheats Customs. Up in the top right corner, Chris Watkins, Adrenaline Spike Designs. And in the bottom right corner, your caution sponsor, NRI Machining. My sponsors do include Blueprint Event Rentals and Holbrook's Hometown Pharmacy. So, ladies and gentlemen, drivers are out on the track getting ready for the heat race. We are ready to get this race underway. Starting out on pole, the number 1B, owner and creator for Dirt Anarchy. Your quick time tonight with a 10.423. Brandon Starnes starting outside pole. ASR Racing Team's number 6. Chris, the rap guy, Watkins starting out in third. Number 53, Humphreys Motorsports, Ian Humphreys starting in position number 4. The number 34 car, Falcon Smith. Starting in 5th, Smoky Designs by Andy, the number 22 machine, yellow and red out there on the track, Tony Martin. Starting in 6th, the number 133, Adrenaline Spike Designs for the sponsor there, Matthew Helm. Ladies and gentlemen, we're about to get this race underway. Brandon Starnes taking the guys around track, ready to get it underway one more time by the flag stand. You see him out there, give him a hand. Brandon Starnes down there, you see his picture holding up his trophy. Excellent guy, excellent racer. Brandon Starnes out there ready to race in this 410 sprints with Dirt Anarchy at I-55. Here they come around turn 3 and 4. Last time right here to the green flag drops. Heat race number 1. Brandon Starnes is going to take off. Green flag flies. Starnes out front with a good lead. Oh, Chris Watkins in second place. Ian Humphreys going to move up into third. Tony Martin in the 4th spot has it locked in. A little bit of contact in turn 1 and 2. Not sure what happened over here. Falcon Smith and Matthew Helm are going to get in contact in turn number 4. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go to caution. We'll be right back.
By NRI Machining, located in Macon, Georgia. The difficult we do right away, the impossible will take a little longer. Call 478-731-0496 for all your machining needs.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're here on the replay screen. Pay attention to your screen right here. The number 133, Matthew Helm, and the number 34, Falcon Smith right up here. Look like driving lines might have just collided a little bit. Matthew Helm getting a little tight. Falcon getting a little loose. Just kind of meet in the middle. That's all right, though. Stuff happens. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to jump back onto the live screen. Ready to get this race underway. We are, I believe, 4 laps in. If I can hit the right button. Maybe 2 laps in, not sure. I think 2. So, Ace Truck's taking him around one more time. Brandon Starnes leading the pack around. Green flag flies. Number 1B out front. Chris Watkins and a number 38 trying to chase him down. Ooh, little close contact there. Going to give Ian Humphreys a spot to move up into second place. Tony Martin down working the low line now. They are 3 wide coming out of turn number 4. Ian Humphreys with a slide job on the number 38. Gets it off. Humphreys is going to move up into second. Brandon Starnes comfortable leading out front. Ian Humphreys, a sprint car driver for Dirt Anarchy. He's been out here with the league for a while. He's doing a good job of riding in second. Working his way up through the field from 4th to 2nd, I do believe. Chris Watkins riding up on the high side. Him and Tony Martin side by side coming out of turn number 2. Going into turn number 3. Tony Martin down on the low side. Throws a slider on the 38 of Watkins. Tony Martin pushes himself up into 3rd place. Chris Watkins has the transfer spot locked in. We are locked in on the transfer spot, the 38 car of Chris Watkins. Adrenaline Spike Designs out here making a name for himself in the 410 sprint cars with Dirt Anarchy at I-55. We'll take a look up through the field. Ian Humphreys sitting in 2nd place in the number 53 car. Brandon Starnes, the one out front. Ian's trying to chase him down. Starnes doing a good job of holding off the lead. Starnes with a 10.805. Humphreys a little faster across the line that time with a 10.765. White flag's out. Brandon Starnes, the man up front, up into the wall around turn 3 and 4. Brandon Starnes is going to take the checker. Humphreys is going to come close in 2nd place. Martin's going to be in 3rd, and your transfer spot, 4th place, goes to Chris, the rap guy, Watkins. Excellent race there. Drivers are going to go out and get ready for the warm-up. Ladies and gentlemen, during the last broadcast, we showed you the YouTube for Dirt Anarchy. Now we're going to jump over and have you guys check out the TikTok page. So we'll be right back. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was Jim Rat 3 for Life TikTok page. That is Dirt Static's TikTok page. I do not have the name changed over yet. Didn't want to make a whole new account. I'm not really sure if you can change the name on there, so I just haven't gotten around to it yet. But if you look on the page right now, we will talk about the sponsors for a second. Big thanks to all the sponsors. If it wasn't for them, we wouldn't be able to put on the league and put on the racing that we show you guys week in and week out. It's been great working with the sponsors in the league, and it's been awesome working with all the guys in the league out here racing. So I've had an absolute fantastic job out here calling the races for the league. I've been racing with them for a long time. Probably been with Dirt Anarchy for maybe 8 months, maybe a year. Not really sure. It's been 3 seasons total. We've ran 3 seasons so far, and I've had an absolute blast doing it. Ryan Thomas, don't see him around too much anymore. He's had a lot going on in life, busy with his job and everything like that, so he hadn't been able to make it out. But he introduced me to the league and introduced me to Brandon Starnes. Me and Brandon Starnes really hit it off. It's been excellent working side by side with him, helping him build the league and helping me build my broadcasting channel. So big shout out to Brandon and a lot of the guys that are involved in that within the league. So we'll give a shout out to the sponsors: Anarchy Custom Wraps and Designs, 06 Racing Productions, Buckwheats Customs, 4M Customs, Adrenaline Spike Designs, and NRI Machining. Those are all the sponsors for Dirt Anarchy. My sponsors do include Blueprint Event Rentals and Holbrook's Hometown Pharmacy. If you guys need any ceremonial tent set up, go and see Treg Cunningham. You can find him on Facebook, Blueprint Event Rentals. He's located here in Lucasville. Does an absolute fantastic job setting up weddings or any type of venue that you would need, outdoor or indoor. So also, if you need any pharmaceutical needs whatsoever, hit up Brandon Holbrook and Holbrook's Hometown Pharmacy. You can find them on Google search, or you can find them on Facebook. They are right out here on Lucasville Medford Road, and they are here to serve you. So great patient care, great quality care coming out of Holbrook's Hometown Pharmacy. I'd recommend them to anybody. So here we go, ladies and gentlemen. We are about to jump over to the live screen. We're gonna get the grid up on the screen. We are ready to roll Dirt Anarchy. 410 sprint cars at I-55. We have done yet again. We'll take a look here real quick. We are inverting all. So big invert starting out on your pole. Number 34, Falcon Smith starting outside pole, and the number 6 machine ASR Racing Team, Chris the Rap Guy Watkins starting in third. Number 133, Adrenaline Spike Designs right there on SDK Gaming. Matthew Helm starting in fourth place outside row number 2, the number 22, Smoky Designs by Andy. Tony Martin in fifth place, the number 53, Humphreys Motorsports, Ian Humphreys. And rounding out the end of the field, the number 1 owner and creator of Dirt Anarchy, Brandon Starnes. Ladies and gentlemen, the drivers are out there on the track ready to roll. We're ready to get this race underway. Brandon Starnes was quick in the heat race. He's the man in the back. Falcon Smith is the man out front about to take us off. We're on a green flag. Here we go. A little bit of contact off the start. Chris Watkins, Matthew Helm is going to bump Chris back a couple spots. Matthew Helm's going to sit up in the second place position. Tony Martin's going to move up into third, and Ian Humphreys is going to move into fourth. Falcon Smith with a great lead, great run so far. Falcon Smith flying with a 12.757. Everyone else in the 13s and 14s. Matthew Helm, a little bit of a slider line there out of the 133. We will take a look at that Sun Drop Adrenaline Spike Designs car. What an excellent wrap on that car. Chris Watkins, Chris the Rap Guy Watkins over to Adrenaline Spike Designs, does a lot of the raps for a bunch of the different guys here in the league. Does an absolute fantastic job on doing it. Raps look absolutely amazing. So we're gonna hop back into it. Matthew Helm working on the high side outside of Falcon Smith. Tony Martin trying to push his way up into third place. Matthew Helm and, excuse me, not Matthew Helm. Ian Humphreys moving up into fourth. Helm is going to be your new race leader, this time by Matthew Helm on lap number 7, or 7 laps into a 40-lap A main event. Falcon Smith working the low line, trying to make it work for him. Helm is out there with a huge lead, doing a fantastic job of holding on to that sprint car. Martin going to move himself up into second place. Humphreys on the outside of the number 34, Falcon Smith. Humphreys trying to get a run off the high side, work his way around. That's going to move Humphreys into the podium spot. Number 3, Brandon Starnes from the back of the field, moving up into 5th place. Matthew Helm with a great lead out front. A little bit of wall contact there out of the 133. Matthew Helm, don't know if it's going to mess up his driving line or ability there a little bit. Might make the car handle a little funny, but Tony Martin is hot on his heels, trying to make a move for the 133. Number 22, Smoky Designs by Andy, Pennzoil on the hood. Tony Martin out there ripping the lip in a 410 sprint car here with Dirt Anarchy. Matthew Helm up into the wall. Hard wall contact out of the 133. Matthew Helm, he comes back off the wall. It's going to move Tony Martin up into your lead spot. Lap number 13 laps in the books. New race leader, number 22, Smoky Designs by Andy, Tony Martin. Matthew Helm dropping back into second place. Humphreys in third, Starnes in fourth. Trying to make a run up through the field. We are 14 laps into a 40-lap A main event. Tony Martin is your new race leader up in the 22 car. Matthew Helm in the 133 is going to be in second. Ian Humphreys in the 53 car is going to be in third. And Brandon Starnes in the 1B machine. Owner and operator of Dirt Anarchy, Brandon Starnes. Talked about Brandon Starnes before. Absolute fantastic wrap on that car. Adrenaline Spike Designs made that wrap for that sprint car. Absolute fantastic job. Brandon Starnes is the owner and operator of Dirt Anarchy. He's done a fantastic job of putting the league together, going out and getting all the sponsors for the league. And it's been an absolute joy working hand in hand, side by side with Brandon Starnes. So, we'll get back into the race. Brandon Starnes up into the wall in 1B. Might have a little bit different drive line here after that. Hopefully, he didn't mess the steering up too much in that 410 sprint car. It's easy to do with these things. They're moving so fast whenever they come up and hit the wall. On the straight stretch, I got Matthew Helm clocked in at 106 mile an hour, maybe pushing a little bit more than that, 110 max. These cars are definitely out here boogieing around I-55. We are 20 laps into a 40 lap A main event. Tony Martin is the man way out front, the man to beat. In the sprint cars, the gap looks a little bit bigger than it actually is. They're moving so fast. 8/10 gap for Martin out front. Helm still your second place sitter in the number 133, doing an excellent job of holding on to the race car. We're focused in here on Ian Humphreys. We've been watching Ian Humphreys race in the league here for a little while in the 410s. See him out in the late models every once in a while, but he's really an avid 410 sprint car driver. He's made a good run in the league so far, doing pretty decent in the points this season, and it's always good to come out here and watch him run around the track in that number 53 machine. That's an absolute fantastic job. Ladies and gentlemen, Matthew Helm has closed the gap on Tony Martin, the number 22 car of Tony Martin. We got a little bit of wall contact out of somebody. Chris Watkins. Brandon Starnes is going to drop back into 5th place. Falcon Smith in 6th. Watkins is going to bump up into 4th place. Chris Watkins doing an excellent job here tonight. And it's hard to hold on to these things. Once you get going full force, full speed, these cars do get a little bit wild. Tony Martin, still the man out front, the man to beat. He's running a good drive line here tonight, but Matthew Helm is on a mission. Ian Humphreys up into the wall, the number 53. A little bit of wall contact at both the drivers, 2nd and 3rd place. Looks like he is going to move back on from that. He's going to be all right. Ian Humphreys getting a little bit loose now. Not sure if that wall contact made a difference in the drivability of the car or not, but we're going to keep it underway. Matthew Helm up into the wall hard. Gonna come back down off the wall, pick it right back up and get on the loud pedal. Ian Humphreys in behind Helm. Driver's having a little bit of hard time here tonight at I-55, trying to keep that car off the wall. The high line is a quick line right now, but it is a little sketchy running up there. That's all right though. Tony Martin having no problem with it here tonight in the sprints. I mean, absolutely flying. As a 2.2 second gap on 2nd place. We're 31 laps in to a 40 lap A main, and we have a caution out. Ladies and gentlemen, caution is out on the raceway. Ian Humphreys involved in the number 53 car. We are going to go to caution, and we'll be right back.
Brought to you by NRI Machining, located in Macon, Georgia. The difficult we do right away, the impossible will take a little longer. Call 478-731-0496 for all your machining needs.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're here on the replay tab. We're going to take a far chase. Look at this one. We are focused in on the number 53, Ian Humphreys here. The number, I think it's 133. It might be 33 in the sprint cars, but on the Iracing, it says 133. Same thing for SDK. So we'll take a look at this little incident here, see what happens. Helm a little bit squirrely. Humphreys looks like he tries to throw a slider, just gets down into the slick. Chris Watkins just getting a little happy here on the way in. Just drivers make contact, a little bit of a racing deal. I don't think anybody's really at fault right there, but we're gonna get the race back underway. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we'll jump back over to the live screen. Tony Martin has been the man to beat here tonight. A little bit later in the race, come up, took 1st place away from the 133 Matthew Helm. He's doing an excellent job so far at a 2.3 second gap. We'll see what this caution does for Tony Martin out front. See if Matthew Helm or maybe even Chris Watkins get up there and run him down. Tony Martin still sticking the high line, keeping the car nice and straight all the way around the track. Excuse me. Chris Watkins up in the 2nd place. Falcon Smith working the low line, trying to get up into that 3rd place position. See Falcon Smith get at least 1 or 2 P3s or P2s here throughout the league. And we've got another caution. Ian Humphreys again involved in that caution, him and Matthew Helm. So we will be right back after this caution.
Brought to you by NRI Machining, located in Macon, Georgia. The difficult we do right away, the impossible will take a little longer. Call 478-731-0496 for all your machining needs.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, right here it is. We're focused in on the number 53 of Ian Humphreys. Coming around the turn, Matthew Helm up onto the high line. This looks like Helm got a little bit squirrely there and tapped the front end of Ian Humphreys. Just a bad night for Ian overall. I'm gonna go in there and get that car fixed up and come back out. Hopefully, get the car all fixed up. Excuse me, sitting there trying to read something. Yep. Ian Humphreys back out onto the raceway. Tough break for Ian Humphreys in the number 53 car. He had a good race going for him up in second place. Had a little bit of an incident, got sent to the back, got in another little tuffle. It's usually how it goes. Cautions breed cautions, but that is all right. We're 34 laps into a 40-lap A main event, and the green flag is out. Tony Martin's going to take off again, ready to roll. We got one in turn number 1 sideways. Not sure if they cleared the track or not. Tony Martin, Chris Watkins. The race for the lead is on. The number 38, Chris Watkins, going down and hanging the low line. Tony Martin still working the lip up top. Number 22, Tony Martin on the high side. Chris Watkins down on the low end, trying to make it stick. Tony Martin's still going to be the race leader. We're 37 laps into a 40-lap A main event, and we have a race up front on our hands, ladies and gentlemen. Looks like Tony Martin and Chris Watkins going to come up and run into lap traffic right here. It's going to shake it up a little bit. Matthew Helm down on the low side. Chris Watkins in the middle line. Tony Martin up high. They are trying to get it done. Falcon Smith is going to be your third place sitter. Brandon Starnes back and forth. 39 laps this time by. The white flag is out. Chris Watkins down on the low line. Tony Martin up on the high side. We might have a race, a drag race to the finish. And Chris Watkins and Tony Martin. I think Watkins pulled away with that race right there. My goodness, what a race to the finish. Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to take a little look at that one more time as they go by. It's going to be hard to find a good angle for this one, but ladies and gentlemen, we are going to find it. It looks like Chris Watkins is the one to pass that line. Right there. There's the view we were looking for. And it was close, just 3 more foot, and it would have been a crazy race. But Chris Watkins is going to be the one to pull it off here tonight. We'll look at it up here from TV3 right here to finish. It was a drag race to the finish. Chris Watkins comes up. Boom. Picture perfect finish. Chris Watkins comes away with the win here tonight. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to conduct the interviews. We will be right back. Ladies and gentlemen, in the booth with me right now, it was a drag race to the finish. Your P1 finisher, Chris, the rap guy Watkins. Chris, how did it go, man?
Oh, it went pretty good. It's a struggle trying to figure out these cars, to be honest. I don't drive them, but maybe every Sunday trying to race with you guys. So it's a handful.
Yeah, I don't drive sprint cars very often. I know every time I get in one, I feel like a newborn baby deer trying to figure out how to run. But it's definitely fun to get out there on the track and drive these things. But you did an excellent job. I think in the heat race, you started out front and had a little bit of a slip. I think maybe you might have moved back a couple spots.
Yeah, I think I fell back to like 5th or so. I couldn't get a handle on it. I kept trying something else, and it wouldn't work. And I guess I was just too throttle happy with these things.
Well, in the end, it ended up working out because we did the invert for the feature and then got you up front. I think you dropped back a couple spots there, even in the feature. And then by the end of the race, you figured it out, and that middle line started to finally come in, that middle to low line, and you started digging down there on the inside of the 22 with Tony Martin. You did an excellent job with the drag race to the finish. I went back and showed it on stream, and it was close. You could barely tell.
Yeah, Tony's really good in these sprint cars, so just to run next to him, that was a blast. So I think at one point I was dead last on the field in the A main. So to come back and be able to get up front, that was good.
Yeah, absolute fantastic finish here tonight, man. Give a shout out to your sponsors. Anybody you got out there watching you?
Thanks to Dirt Anarchy, you for broadcasting this deal. Go back and rewatch it tomorrow and get to see what I messed up on and what I could have done better on. So thanks to everybody. This has been great.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was Chris Watkins, your P1 finisher for Dirt Anarchy's 410 sprints at I-55. Great job.
Thanks, man.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go up and grab the next person, Tony Martin. We'll be right back. Here we are, ladies and gentlemen, your P2 finisher, Smoky Designs by Andy, the number 22, Tony Martin. Tony, what's up, man?
Hey, how you doing tonight, bud?
I'm not doing too bad. Watching some good racing. That's what I've been up to.
Yeah, it was a close race between me and Chris there. Got a little sloppy there my last 2 laps, and he was able to get by me there at the end.
Yeah, it was an absolute fantastic run, Tony. I think before the caution came out, you were all the way up to 2.3 seconds on the gap for second place. You were doing an absolute fantastic job of wheeling that thing up on the high side. Right there at the end, though, Chris Watkins came in on the middle line, and it was a drag race to the finish, and he barely got the edge up on you. I showed it on the screen or on the stream, and he just barely won that race. But an absolute fantastic show you put on for us tonight.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. I really wanted this one tonight, but we'll try again next week.
Hey, P2 is just as good, man. You put on a fantastic show for us.
Appreciate that.
Yeah, I know I ask you almost every time you're in the broadcast room, but tell us a little bit more about Smoky Designs by Andy. I bring him up a lot, and I've been meaning. I didn't know if you got any contact information for me this time. I know last time we talked and said you'd have some, but tell me what you got.
Yeah, I don't really have it. I'm in VR, so it's kind of hard to find anything here. But yeah, if you just look, he's on Facebook and Instagram, and you can also look him up on it's Etsy now. He's selling on too. So there's a couple different platforms you can find him.
All right, that's pretty cool. I have to check that out. So he's on Etsy, and you can find him on Facebook now. You said, right?
Yep.
Heck yeah! All right, man. I got a question though. I didn't know you raced on VR.
Yeah, sure.
How much of a learning curve was that?
I had the PlayStation VR before I had this, so it really wasn't much of a changeover. I was already used to it.
I didn't even know they had that. PlayStation
Oh,
VR.
yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, I've always wanted to try the VR with the racing. Like I've done VR in other games like the Beat Saber and stuff like that, but I've never tried it racing. I feel like that would be an entire different experience.
Right on. Hey, I've got his information pulled up here now.
All right.
He's in Van Buren, Ohio. He can be reached at 567-208-9260. And just give him a call or send him a message, and he can get you some pretty cool pictures made up.
All right. Sounds good. Tony Martin, give a shout out to your sponsors and people you got out there supporting you.
Right. Thanks to, of course, Smoky Designs by Andy, and you for putting on the show, Brandon for putting on the league, and got to thank Adrenaline Spike Designs for making up that cool wrap on my late model too.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was your P2 finisher, Tony Martin. Tony, excellent job tonight, man.
All right, thanks, man.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to go grab the last guy. We'll be right back. All right, ladies and gentlemen, in the booth with me right now, I have your P3 finisher. What an excellent show the drivers put on tonight. Falcon Smith. What's going on, Falcon?
Just surviving that one. That was a fun race up there.
Yeah, it was definitely a fun race. I know the invert started you out pretty far up into the field, and then don't know what happened. Maybe got a little bit loose, moved back a little bit in the field, but you did a good job of working your way back up through and finishing out with that P3 finish. So tell us a little bit about your race.
Yeah, we started out up front there. I knew I wasn't as fast as a couple of those guys, so I just wanted to catfish around the bottom, kind of save my tires in case we got a late race caution. Kind of worked out for us, got back up in the mix, and ended up coming home P3, so not too bad. You can survive I-55. It's always a good night.
Yeah, that tire wear definitely plays a huge role in iRacing now. I know that no one's been used to that before on dirt, but now that we moved over into the new update of iRacing, it has been a huge challenge for a lot of the drivers trying to figure out the tire wear. So you can definitely tell a big difference.
Yeah, it's a game changer for sure. always good to stay smooth, save the tires. Seems to pay off in the long run, especially when you get a late caution like that, which man, it's racing. You never know what's going to happen. We caught a break there and kind of paid off for us a little bit.
Yeah, you never know what's going to happen until 5 minutes after it happens.
You're right.
That's about how racing goes that I've found out in my time, you know. So, excellent job here tonight, man. It's always great to have you up in the booth, talk to you a little bit, and it's always great to have you out here racing with the league. How long have you been with Dirt Anarchy?
This is the first season. First season with Dirt Anarchy. Yep.
I know I've seen you around a couple times, but I didn't know. I didn't think you ran in the season actually.
Yeah, this is the first one. We've been running the 410s and then the big blocks and UMPs on Saturday night.
Yeah. How's the UMPs and big blocks going for you? You've been enjoying that?
Oh yeah, I'm doing pretty good in those. I think I'm second in the points in both series, so hanging in there within shouting distance of the big block. So we'll see how that goes over the next couple weeks.
That's a good deal, man. That's great. So, ladies and gentlemen, Falcon is about to give his shout out for his sponsors and anybody who's got out there supporting them.
I appreciate you guys putting this on over at Dirt Static Esports, Marcus. You always do a fantastic job in the booth. Got that Crow Brothers Racing, ML Performance, 5.6 Graphics, Bud's Used Cars and Live Bait, and Dick's County Line Carry Out over in Black Fork, Ohio.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was your P3 finisher here tonight, Falcon Smith. Falcon, you did a great job, man.
Thank you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to be the end of our show. If you guys came out, thank you so much for watching. We're going to take a little break here, kick back, maybe watch the first broadcast over again. But I kind of like to go back and watch the broadcast, see what I did right and see what I did wrong. But if you guys are out here for the show, thank you so much for coming out. I appreciate all the love and support from all the fans and all the guys that are in the league, all of our sponsors that we have. And it's been a great ride so far. So we're going to continue to do this. It's been fun with Dirt Anarchy. And I just appreciate everything. So if you guys enjoyed the show, thanks a lot for coming out. Have a good one.